I tend to think that Christianity has become a cuss word these days. I don't even use it. I just call myself a Jesus follower and leave it at that. Because most people are offended when anyone else tells them that the way they're living their life could be suspect. I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me. And yet, wow, for the trajectory of most of my church going years, it was always having to answer to the hierarchy that nobody really talks about, but everybody feels. And when you are a highly sensitive person, it comes by you honestly. If you grew up in some kind of chaos or there was something that you had to rely on yourself for because you did not have caretakers or others to help you find resources, then you tend to read the room really well. I've done that for years. I can walk into a scenario and I can tell you who is in a tizzy and who is not going to be somebody that I can lean into in a soft and fuzzy way. That being said, Christianity has this reputation for being hypocritical to the world, and I'm not so certain that's really the issue at all. I think it's been something that's been passed down generation to generation, and now everybody has, that shtick to stick on. But the first problem that I find most people have in their Christian relationships with each other, with church, with loved ones, or distant family and relatives is dismissal. When anybody is dismissed of their feelings, interpretation, perception, or experience, and they're not championed in the process and the journey that they're on to heal those things, then often the dismissal becomes an absolute problem with Christianity. Most people portray whatever gift they think they have as it being thus saith the Lord. And I'm very prophetic. And I had to learn the hard way to not go around telling anybody what I see without their permission first. And I also have to be very kind in my delivery, because if I'm seeing something that maybe is a heart matter in their lives and the Lord hasn't given me permission to speak it, then I need to refrain. And then I take that into my prayer closet. But dismissal is a deep-seated way to telling anybody in front of you that you simply don't care. And it is pretty arrogant. I've made the mistake in the past, and I'm just here to confess it out loud. I don't know more about anybody than they know about themselves. That's arrogant. But it is true that most people don't know themselves. And most of them have come from strict religious homes or environments where they have been dismissed, quieted. They were taught that they can't trust themselves because if they weren't quick to fix a mistake, they got chastised or there was fear of punishment. And that's happened for a majority of us that seek solace in community, through church, through our vocation, through the hobbies that we pick up. We are always looking to be validated and to be found significant. But if we were shunned and silenced through just a look, through tone, through facial expression, we become quite well adapted to refraining from trusting that what we have to say is important or even valid. And that will really be a recipe for those types to plug in there and stay committed, maybe not even share too much, but growing deeper inside of them is this lack of fulfillment, because all the promises from the outside never really make it or penetrate to the inside. So when we believe that our story is superior, that we have gone ahead and we've forged away, and that we have all this experience, or maybe our privileged pulpit gives us the opportunity to speak to many people at once, but yet if we do not love, that's always going to be discerned. It's going to be palpable. And highly sensitive people that are very prophetic and intuitive, empathetic, those personalities were made through the trials and tribulations of the people that believe they know more about them than they know about them. And I'm here to tell you that being a hypocrite is something we all do, but being dismissive is something that none of us should be doing.